And welcome to the Pester Line broadcast of Game 4. I do this to myself every time to make sure that the link works, and it gets me problematic. My gosh. All right, welcome back to the Pester Lines podcast, or Pester Line podcast broadcast of Game 4 of the Stanley Cup first round playoffs between the Colorado Avalanche and the LA Kings. I'm Michael LeBois with you today as we get set for a opportunistic sweep for our lovely Colorado Avalanche. Rocking green today in honor of the Denver Summit, our women's professional soccer team. This is one of the most comfortable hoodies I own. I'm exhausted. My son was up so late last night. So this should be a fun one for sure. He got a nap in today. He's really rested a little bit. I also got a nap in today. Hopefully I'll be a little more rested. Just for point of reference, if you're watching TNT right now getting ready for the Avs game, Boston is getting pounded 6-0 by the Buffalo Sabres. So the whole concept of the Bruins have been here before. They're a team that knows how to play in tight playoff scenarios, and Game 2 wasn't a fluke. Game 2 was a fluke. I think it's Buffalo's series now. I was not projecting Buffalo in 5, but damn, if Buffalo wins the series in 5, that'd be crazy. But a great start to the postseason for the Buffalo Sabres, also for your Colorado Avalanche. So we take a look at potential lineup decisions for tonight. One of the switches that's been suggested by NHL.com is that Alex Turcotte will make his first appearance in the playoffs, as will Taylor Ward for the Kings. I have Joel Armia and Kuzmenko in just in case. Those are the two potential scratches. Matthew Joseph was scratched in favor of Kuzmenko last game, so we're assuming that Matthew Joseph's probably going to stay out of that. Kings projected lines for this one: Artemi Panarin, Anse Kopitar, Adrian Kempe, Trevor Moore, Quentin Byfield, and Alex Laferriere. Top two lines. They have Turcotte slotting in on the second line with Scott Laughton and Jared Wright, who's actually played pretty well for a bottom six guy. He's been very noticeable, very physical. Same with Jeff Malott and Samuel Helenius, who will be with Taylor Ward. Deep pairings don't change for the Kings, as it'll be Anderson and Doughty together. Mikey Anderson being fairly physical, but not as physical as we'd expect in this series. Only 11 hits in 3 games. No big deal. But he'll be paired with Drew Doughty in what could potentially be his final postseason game of his career. Joel Edmondson will be paired with Brent Clark, who's going to be the number 2 defenseman on that group with Mikey Anderson come next year. There's no question about it. And Brian Dumoulin and Cody Ceci, the veteran pairing behind in the third group. And starting tonight for sure, Anton Forsberg, 83 of 90 saves in this postseason, 0 for 3, 2.28 goals against, and a 92.2% save percentage. Kevin Fiala still out with the fractured leg, so we won't see him. The other scratches are Morver and Joseph, along with Joel Armia and Andrei Kuzmenko, potentially. That is not made official as of yet, and so we will check on that as well. For the Avalanche, Josh Manson has been ruled out as of now for the game with an upper body injury. That, unfortunately, on a rough hit along the boards, hit the stanchion in an awkward angle. Couldn't really protect himself. So we'll probably get to see Nick Blankenberg tonight for the Avalanche. But the lines don't change up top with Lehkonen, McKinnon, and Natchez. Then Colton slotting into that second line group with Nelson and Nichushkin. Landeskog, Kadri, and Waugh. Parker Kelly, Jack Drury, and LOC, who have been super noticeable in this series early on. So hopefully that can continue, and maybe they get rewarded with something tonight. Pairings will be Taves, Makar, Kulak, Malinsky, and then Blankenberg and Burns. Look for them to put the blender out with that group, though, because normally what happens is the loss of a key defenseman like Josh Manson generally leads to them blending the lines up a little bit, giving Blankenberg a little less time, rotating Taves and Makar and Malinsky with the 3 other pairings in front. And then, of course, tonight it'll be Scott Wedgwood backed up by Mackenzie Blackwood. Wedgwood has saved 72 of 76 so far. He's 3-0 with a 1.28 goals against and a 94.7% save percentage. 3 of the 4 goals he's given up have been on the power play, 2 of which have been 6-on-4. Let me get you some light in this place. I just realized I haven't turned my lights on yet. So a nice little change of pace for the Avalanche in terms of that. Speaking of power plays, so the Kings are 3 for 12. They're also averaging 25 shots per game this postseason. On top of that, the Avs are 0 for 9 and averaging 30 shots per game. That's a pretty decent average. They have 91 total shots. That one shot that kind of breaks down the average is a empty net goal that came at the end of Game 3. Other fun little pieces of information about this game in this series. The last time the Avalanche swept a team was the 2022 Western Conference Finals against the Edmonton Oilers. We all know how that one ended. Arturi Lehkonen, unbelievable. I was actually at a band rehearsal for a show I was putting on that night. I definitely made us stop rehearsing to watch overtime. Everyone surrounded my phone. It was pretty sick. On the other side, the Kings have not been swept since the 2018 first round against Vegas. This is also the chance for them to be... they have not had a playoff series win since they won the Cup in 13-14. It'll be the 7th straight first-round exit for the LA Kings if they cannot miraculously make this a 7-game series. Games that have already concluded from yesterday, as we take a look at the 3 games that were on the docket yesterday. Exactly what we wanted in Minnesota, as that series continues to be a slobber knocker. 3-2 in favor of the Wild late in overtime. Marcus Foligno tied it up with 14:40 in the third from Faber and Strum, and then it's Matt Boldy with his 3rd of the postseason, assisted by Spurgeon, who picked up his first assist, and Kiprasov, who picked up his 5th, as the Wild win that one 3-2. The only series that is now officially over, the Carolina Hurricanes beat the Ottawa Senators by a final score of 4-2. Batherson tried. Stankoven picked up his 4th goal in 4 games for the Hurricanes. So Stankoven, 4 goals in 4 games. Sebastian Aho had an empty net goal or 2. He had 2 empty net goals. So the Sens have been eliminated. This is the first postseason that has been Kachuckless up to this point, which is pretty fascinating to think about in some regards. I believe since like 2015. I'll have to check that and get back to you on it. The other game, the series is extended in Pennsylvania. The Flyers lose 4-2. Sidney Crosby finding a way to score some goals. He picks up the first goal of the postseason for him, as does Ricard Raquel, Chris Letang, and Connor Dewar. So the from Lizotte and Achari, that won the empty netter to ice the game away at 4-2. Konechny and Denver Barkey getting their first goals of the series as well. So I kind of wish Rust had a point. Unfortunately, he didn't. But Crosby's goal was on the power play as well. So that series goes to 3-1. That'll continue tomorrow. The 2 games tomorrow will be the Mammoth against the Golden Knights back in Utah. That'll be Game 4. Game 5 of the Flyers-Penguins series goes back to Pittsburgh. Pretty sure I'm going to have some family members at that game, which is pretty sweet. So, yeah, that should be fun. Quick little stat line checks for everybody. Points leaders for the Avs right now, Arturi Lehkonen, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, plus 3 on that as well. Waugh and Landeskog both with 1 goal, 1 assist, plus 3 for Waugh, plus 2 for Landeskog. Landeskog leading the team in hits with 13. Taves currently leading defenseman in points with 2 assists, plus 3. Manson would be in that conversation as well, but he is out tonight. For the Kings, It is Panarin leading with 2 goals and an assist, 3 points. Laferriere, right behind him with 3 points, just 3 assists on 12 hits. He's leading the team in hits right now. And Trevor Moore, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Byfield, 2 assists, 2 points. Mikey Anderson, no points, -3, but has 11 hits, so that's something to potentially keep an eye on as well. I am going to pause real quick, go grab the remote, change the channel, and have it ready for the Avs if the game starts on altitude before it starts on TNT. Be right back. Just saw an ad for lockyourowncar.com. Yeah, dude, don't leave your car unlocked in city streets. It's generally a good life lesson to have. While we're doing this, let's check. Okay, I got to reboot here. Oh, come on. Do I have that? No, that's on. Goal sounds enabled for that team. Does the buzzer work? Okay. Not designed for them. What are we doing here, folks? All right. Interesting. Got to make sure the goal horn works, but it's not working, so I got to figure this out. Let's close that all the way then, and open it in a new one. Well, the animation works, so I guess I'm just going to have to make the goal horn sound myself. Oh, boy. Cool. Awesome. That's what I'll do then. Although the prompt will pop up. Everything will work how we want it to. And we'll just have to do the sound separately. Too bad I don't have like a board or anything to do that with. So that's fun. But yeah, getting ready for game 4 here. Looks like they haven't even done much in terms of getting people there. My app lied to me. So we're going to switch back to the end of the Boston Buffalo game. Just turning into a bit of a pushy fest here. If you haven't yet and you would like to, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. We have a lot of fun over there. I'm going to be posting a lot more here in the near future just because I need to, we need to engage a little bit better. But we'll be there. We'll be around a bunch. Thanks to the 3 likes we already have on a broadcast that hasn't even started yet. Looks like Pasternak's going down the tunnel. 3:17 left. Peyton Krebs going down the tunnel. I'll take that trade. Fraser Minton's getting pushed down somewhere. Buffalo has outshot Boston 32-20. Buffalo has also scored 6 goals in this game. So, Fraser Minton is bloodied pretty good. Wow. So Zadorov breaks his stick on Dahlin. So Zadorov is probably gone. And then Minton gets a little scrummy with a couple dudes. Pasternak, someone must have said something to Pasternak because he definitely got a little frustrated. Krebs caught Minton right in the beak, and then all heck broke loose. Peak, Dahlin, Pasternak's in there. Minton's in there. Doan. Yeah, Fraser Minton's bleeding from a couple different places. Looks like he's got blood all over his visor. Holy smokes. So a couple guys waiting for some information. Looks like Tuck and McAvoy waiting on an official review here. We'll see what's happening. Yeah, I'm looking at my my texts here. Sean just messaged me. Oh, thank you. Already a typo train. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one today. I'm beat. There's a reason I'm wearing glasses this time. I don't know if you're watching, Spencer, watching the Buffalo Boston game, but Zadorov just snapped. Just cracked a stick on Dahlin for no reason and then punched him in the face. Yeah, I know Zadorov is a hot-tempered player. He was one here, too. But that was ridiculous. And then Doan trying to hold Minton back. Minton takes one to the beak. Just, yeah. It's been chaos. Pasternak was getting riled up a little bit. I know they've sent a few dudes to the locker room. Pasternak being one. Minton went because he's bleeding out of his face. Dahlin didn't even know what he did. That's the funny part. Like, I don't even know what Dahlin did in this scenario for Zadorov to break a stick on his shoulder, but so they gave Zadorov 5 for cross-checking, which is the right call. So let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at this penalty list here. So if they load it up here anytime soon. Yeah, so Benson's going at 16:34, 2-minute minor for something. That was chaotic at least. Pierre Maguire just laying it on kind of thick here. You got beat here, you got beat there, you got beat everywhere. You got your ass beat. Now you're just frustrated. So Benson gets a 10-minute misconduct. See if they're updating anything else. They've only updated the Benson portion of this, so I don't even know what he did. I actually just switched back from altitude and noticed that there was chaos. So about to figure out what's happening here. But I get a 5-minute power play to end the game. Yeah, the NHL app has not updated anything else. Let me switch over to ESPN. See if they have anything. Good to see Wemby back for the Spurs. That's nice. We don't have time. They just said we have time. Like, no, we don't. Yeah, the only one they have listed so far is a Zach Benson cross check on against Zadorov served by Rasmus Dahlin. That was at 16:43. So maybe that was late earlier, but they haven't announced any of the other penalties yet. So I'll have to wait and see what that one looks like when I get there. But yeah, we'll get an Avs game here eventually. 2:48 left in this one. It's all over but a shout at the end. Crazy fun pieces of information that I mentioned earlier when I first started the stream. Avs' first chance to sweep since the 22 Western Conference Finals. It'll be the first time the Kings got swept since 2018 against VGK. Golden Knights, nobody really loves the Golden Knights, so that still is a bummer for the Kings. This will also be the 7th straight time, if they lose tonight, it'll be the 7th straight first-round exit for them since winning the Cup in 2013-14. Also, it sounds like there's going to be 2 lineup changes for them tonight, as Alex Turcotte may return to the lineup after missing the last 12 games of the regular season with an injury, and Taylor Ward might be playing on the 4th line. Armia and Kuzmenko are the 2 suggested drops from that. Unfortunately, the goal horn isn't working, so we're gonna have to do some magic tonight. And I have, if you could, Spencer, do me a favor and let me know if you can hear this. Sick. Okay, I got the Avs goal horn, so they have it on YouTube. So I will be using that as a sound effect. I don't have a board yet, so I need to invest in one of those at some point if these are going to continue. Because the other one doesn't work, and it frustrates me. It makes me mad. So I have to make my own. Also, that's plans for the off season. Is to build a new bug that is ours and strictly ours, and will look good for us and make it fun to have our own specialized Pester line score bug for games that we stream for the remainder of the time. So we're looking forward to that and excited to see the best possible option for us, and it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to doing some extra stuff during the off season. Really get a chance to dive into some fun stuff when we're not generating as much postseason content. But yeah, good to see Buffalo kind of come through this one aggressive and finish this one out. I don't know if we're gonna get the announcements of what the final scenario of penalties are gonna be until much later in the game. Somehow Boston's on a power play now, 5-on-4. That's not updated as well. So very, very curious situation. I've switched over to the altitude broadcast at this point. Oh my gosh, there is a "Let's Go Buffalo" chant in Boston right now. Gotta love it. Gotta love when that happens. So we've got the national anthem going on now. Buffalo scored 4 goals on 19 shots in the first period, held Boston to 5. Then got outplayed in the second, 4 shots to 10. Boston pretty much held the second as serve. And then in the third period, scored 2 goals on 12 shots. Not a great night for Boston goaltending for sure. Swayman gives up 6 goals on 29 shots. That's a 79.3% save percentage. That's a rough night. Yeah, it was a very ugly first period. They had 4 goals on 12 shots, if I remember correctly. Swayman looked lost from the opening drop. They scored 4 minutes in, so that was a good one. There might be a game running kind of coincidentally. Nope, that one's supposed to start at 7. So the Lightning Habs will be at 5, and then at 7:30 will be Ducks Oilers. I don't know why they get a 7:30 puck drop. We don't. You know, it's same time zone difference. Silly NHL. That's unfortunate for sure. I expect this game to be scrappy. My keys to the game are get on the board first. Get past Forsberg early and don't let up. I think the Avs need to find a way to, A, stay out of the box late, especially if it's close. No dumb penalties in the third period because all three of their power play goals have come in the third period. So that's something that needs to be addressed. Also, just play your game. Do what you've done the last three games. You already know how to beat Forsberg. You've done it 3 times in a row. Keep your eye on the prize, and let's be the second team to get out of the first round and have some time off. Oh, I fully expect Kempe to take a stupid penalty or 2. I think that's also why they're going to play Ward and Tarkop potentially. And we're off. Already back to Wedgwood, and he'll already cover. So Malinsky out there early, going with the second line, second pair. So Lehkonen, McKinnon, Natchez for sure. Colton, Nelson, Nuke. Oh, they're starting the third line, excuse me. Landy, Waugh, Kadri, and then Kelly, O'Connor, and Drury. Face-off is false. Pairings are Taves, Makar, Kulak, Malinsky, and then Blankenberg and Burns. So no, officially no Manson. We kind of assumed that was going to be the case, but face off 1 and already another opportunity. Whistle stops. So Turcotte, Lawton, right. That's correct. Okay. And then Malott, Hellenius, Ward. So they did make those changes. And then, so top lines stay the same. Pairings stay the same. So the top line out there against the third line. And another failed face-off. This is ridiculous. Is this the same crew from a couple weeks ago? So Kopitar gets thrown out. Kempe in the circle now. And the Avs win the face-off. Kulak dumps it high. Grabbed, tipped. Entering the zone of the Avs. Good pass across. First shot from Malinsky already. Swings and whistles by. Nelson cuts it off. Whistle blows. Must have bounced off the bench and shot back into play. But a great job here by Nelson. Good pass across, and then Malinsky just missed. I love that Burnsy has a mouth guard for like the 4 teeth he has left. Face-off won by the Avs. Natchez has it. Sends it back to Makar. Quick shot through traffic. Blocked in front. Corralled by McKinnon. Pushed back behind the net. Spinning away is Lehkonen. Pinned by Anderson against the boards. Turns it back around to Taves. Taves pushes it back towards the circles and chopped off the stick of Natchez and out. Good job by Doughty there. Back to Taves. Waits it out. Throws it forward. Tried to throw it into Makar. Couldn't do it. Dumps it in. Chase coming in from Trevor Moore. Taves gets cut off there. Byfield has the puck stripped from him. Corralled by LaFerriere. Back to Byfield behind the net. Taves giving him pressure. Back again to Moore. Throws in front. Good save from Wedgwood. Doughty has it. Back behind again. Slips through Moore. Anderson pinches and throws it back around the boards. Dumped back behind again through everybody. Pinned against the boards is LaFerriere. Byfield gets dropped. LaFerriere's shot goes wide and up over the glass and out. So some sustained pressure from the first pairing, second line. And Malinsky just missed. Ooh, just sailed that a little high on Forsberg there. Malinsky sitting next to Blackwood, a little conversation time. So we got Lawton against Landeskog. Good save, double save from Wedgwood there. Chopping through his wall, trying to get it back. The puck bouncing around, corralled by the Avs and pushed out. Burns sends it up ice. Chopped off the stick of Kadri. Dumped it back in by Blankenberg. Forsberg taking it from Broder's office. Sends it back around. Puck tips away from the Avs and out of the offensive zone. Kings playing desperate right now, you can tell. Corralled through. Burns takes a shot, but he cycles it back through and in. Malott hit by Waugh. Lawton throws a body. Excuse me, that's Turcotte, 39, I believe. Pushed down and carried across. The Avs trying to make the right play here. There you go. Corralled by the Avalanche. Thrown up and out. Picked up by, by Kelly. Spun back around by the Kings. Slips through Drury and out. Thrown down the ice. Corralled in the corner. 39 is Malott. I apologize. Kept in by Edmondson. Spun back around. Kulak giving chase. Cuts off Clark. Sent up and out. Edmondson has it tipped. Kicked away. Nope. Lost. Spun back around. Top line out there for the Kings now. Drury's going to dump it into the corner. Pushed back by Edmondson. Chased by Lehkonen is Clark. Clark throws it up and out of the zone. Played over to Panarin on the near side. Kopitar. Checked down by Taves. LaFerriere loses the puck. He battles for it, though. Thrown around as the Avs are getting pressured on the forecheck here. McKinnon throws it up, but it's a turnover. Picked off by Byfield. I don't know if that was onside, but maybe a moot point at this point. There we go. Lehkonen gets it up and out. Sends it all the way across. Misses everybody, but it's on net, so that'll clear the potential icing. LaFerriere dispossessed. Great job there by Taves and I think Lehkonen. McKinnon cleared, dribbles through, shot. Oh, good dust off there. That was a nice play. Kept on by Makar, throws it to behind the net, misses Natchez and Colton. And Mikey Anderson will bring it up, punch it out, and they'll go for a change. Burns down the side. He has Colton. Shot, save as, oh man, Forsberg check behind him. And he'll get the whistle at 15:44. So the Avs finally shown a little bit of life here. Forsberg just checking to make sure it didn't squeak through because he didn't see it. So take that one. Avs first offensive faceoff, zone faceoff here. And looks like Nelson's getting tossed. Roscoe's going to take it. And Roscoe wins it. Shot from Burns is blocked. Kept in by Colton. He tried to shoot. Rolled off of his stick and away. Puck's up in the air. Corralled by Dumoulin. Lawton slips it through. Bodied up. Here comes Turcotte. With right down the wing, but they lose it. Through Burns. Through Roscoe. Burns has it in the corner. Little physical altercation here as Wright tried to play it clean through, couldn't. Avs keep it in. Landeskog fighting. Big hit there. Wright has it. Through Nelson up to Turcotte. Turcotte cleaned off the puck by Landeskog. Great job there in the neutral zone by the Avs. 14:57 to go. Puck gets all the way behind the net. Kulak playing it up. Throws it off the boards, through everybody. Slips past into the zone. Edmondson giving chase. Tries to slip it to... I think that's... Oh, and Hellenius is going to get tripped. And that's going to be on Waugh. So Waugh's going to go to the box. Tough break there. Kings have definitely come out with a little bit more pressure in this one. It's an afternoon game again, so you know the Avs start slow in the afternoon for some reason. Probably mess up their nap schedule or something. Yeah, he just can-opered him a little bit there. I don't see Hellenius really being able to fall quite that hard from a little stick between the legs, but also it's just a tough penalty to take. So Kopitar and Drury. Kopitar wins the faceoff. Trailing down is Clark. Up to Panarin at the point. Back across ice pass. Looking, holding. Sends it back to the top. Deflected. Laferriere loses it, so it's Kopitar now. Sending it back to Clark. All the way around. Kopitar loses it behind the net. Good pressure from the Avs here on the penalty kill. Clark has it. Sends it back to Laferriere. Down the blue, shot. Save, slapped out. Great job by Makar. Clark to Laferriere. Laferriere holds weight, shot, and a glove save from Wedgwood. And what a job by Makar to keep that one away. Makar and Taves both preventing a bad scenario. Great job, too, by Kelly to get down on the stick of Kempe and keep him from getting that one on the crossing pass there. Face-off one and corralled by the Avalanche. Nichushkin has his pocket picked by Laferriere. And the Kings maintain possession. They send it all the way around. Chopped back behind. Kopitar, picked off by Burns, throws it into the chest of Nichushkin, who clears it deep. So good job by the Avs there. Clark taking it back from behind his own net. Slingshot opportunity here for Byfield. Drops it to Moore. Pitchforks it in. 44 seconds left. Send across and not out. Shot from the point. Good save by Wedgwood again. All the way across. Panarin, hounded by Lehkonen. Great job by Lehkonen. Absolutely beautiful play by Arturi Lehkonen, and he clears the zone. What a job by 62. Panarin sends it back to Byfield. Shot wide. It's going to go all the way out. O'Connor makes a move on it. He's going to get it past Kempe. O'Connor continuing to hound Kempe in the offensive zone now. 8 seconds left. And that will do it for the first power play of the night. The Kings 0 for 1 now. Great job by the whole unit. Tries to go deep. Couldn't get there. Blows a own tire. Oh, this could be a chance for the Avalanche. And he slips it past. Oh, that's going to trickle all the way down for an icing call. So that tired group's going to stay out there. But a great job by the Avs preventing opportunities. Lehkonen, O'Connor. Look at this. If you're watching the Avs broadcast, Lehkonen just bodying Panarin. Not cross-checking, not hooking, not holding, nothing. Just great body positioning. Unbelievable job by Lehkonen there. That guy is an all-around player. What a job by the Finn. And a Byfield getting a warning before the puck drops potentially. Landeskog out there to win the faceoff, but loses it. Goes past him to Makar in the neutral zone. They reset. Dumped into Landeskog, who's out there with Natchez, who's down on the ice. Spinning out of it is Landeskog back to Makar. Pass centered. Holds, waits through traffic. Tried to get it through. Nice job. Shot high and wide. Avs showing a little bit of life here, though, after that kill. McKinnon had to take it off of his stick. Makar back to retrieve it in the neutral zone. Getting hounded by Laferriere now. Skipped off Laferriere to Natchez, who then misses Taves with the pass and has to dump it in. Kicked back by Wright over to Edmondson. He and Clark switch sides. Helenius giving a little slash to Lehkonen as he skates by. And they're going to call offside. A little unnecessary action there from, I believe that was Ward. Yeah. Only reason I know that is because he has a number I don't recognize right now. So an interesting start to the first portion of the game tonight for the Avs and Kings. Not expecting the Kings to be winning the shot battle this early, but happened in game 3 as well. So we'll see what happens. Not too stressed about it just yet. The Kings have out-hit the Avs already 7-3 to start this first period. I'm going to actually, while I'm here, I'm going to jump into the, see if the Bruins got one late after and turned it off. Corrali got a shorthanded goal at 19:20, so good for him. Good for him. All right, so here we go. So Pasternak got 2 minutes for roughing. Krebs got 2 minutes for roughing. Krebs got 2 minutes for roughing again. Pasternak got 2 minutes for roughing again. Zadorov got a 5 minute and a 5 and 10 for the cross check on Rasmus Dahlin. So there was no penalty on Zach Benson. So it looks like only Pasternak and Krebs got the two. Looks like they each got 2 for 2 in a game is, I think, how that's going to be described later on. But yeah, what an insane situation there. That must have just been first rounds, I think is what I saw on this graphic, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, 2022 was also the last time they swept in the first round. So, face off in the neutral zone as the offside call was a bad call. Spinning back, the Avs have it. Lets it trickle down to Malinsky. Nelson sends it around, chased by Nichushkin, pinned by the boards by Dumoulin. Sends it back up and through. Poked back, corralled by the Avs. Blankenberg throws it towards the net, deflected up over the net. And Colton goes to hit Cece, and he bounces right off of him. Puck floated up and over, kept in. Turcotte holds, Trailer shoots over the top of the net. Puck dekes past, sends it towards the net, trickled in. Great snag there by Wedgwood as Blankenberg and Wright were fighting in the crease. Is Blankenberg going to the box here for something? So 2 minutes for Blankenberg for interference. Interesting. I want to see what happened here. So there's Colton trying to hit Cece, and he just bounced off of him like a pinball there. And then I want to see the penalty here on... I guess that's interference. My God, that was ridiculous. And puck goes down the ice and cleared here early on the penalty kill. Or power play, excuse me. Puck moved across the ice, sent down. Kopitar tries to push it behind. Panarin's tied up. Trickles back to Clark. Under 10 minutes to go now. Stolen away and pushed out by the Avs again. Good job on the power play here. Frustrating penalty there from Blankenberg, but I can't really necessarily blame him for trying to find positioning to get out of Wedgwood's space, but nothing you can do there. Clark, heavy shot, goes wide. Puck gets cleared out again. Clark has to send it across ice. They dump it back in. 1 minute to go as it's smoked by Burns up and out. Great job there resetting here. 54 seconds left on the power play. Little drop pass there. Nichushkin creating a little pressure. Byfield flying through, poked off of his stick. Taves forcing it around wide as Ward is out there, excuse me. And quick aggressive point from the referee right there. So 9 minutes to go. Byfield in the face-off with Nelson. Face-off won by the Kings. Growled back to the D. Slipped through the stick of Taves. Trying to push it through. They do. Cycled back in front to Moore. Cut off. And Nichushkin trying to force it up and out, and he does. Doughty has to corral back at his own blue line. Throws it onto the stick of Byfield. Trying to get through everybody. 10 seconds left. He sends it around. And the pass to Doughty is a bad one. Tough break there for the Kings. 2-1, and another penalty goes awry for the Kings. Great job by the Avs. Penalty kill yet again, as the Kings are now 0 for 2 tonight. That slips through. Malinsky trying to play the body. Good job. He's forcing tough play here from Wright. Can't seem to get the puck out. Wright getting pinned by Malinsky. Great job, but he comes away with the puck. And, oh, then he trips. That's a trip. He completely tripped Natchez. No call. Natchez slips a check at the blue line. And now fighting with Cece is Natchez trying to get through the play here. I can't believe that was missed. Holy crap. Puck pinned against the boards here. The Avs trying to get it out. Natchez, McKinnon, Landeskog out there. Corral by the Avs. Heavy shot blocked. Malinsky dumped back, and that's going to trickle all the way down. That should be an icing call, and it will be with 7:23 to go. I want to know how this trip is not being called. That looked blatant as hell. They're doing a Mountain Time ad, so I can't for sure say that they'll show anything. I guess no call means nothing, so there we go. So you got Waugh in the face-off circle against Byfield. Waugh wins it back to Kadri. Cross to Taves, who dumps it down low. Pinned against the boards. Waugh comes out of the pile with it. Kadri using muscle. Burns sends it back across to Taves. Shot through traffic. Down. Okay, so how's that not interference? Oh, they called that one too. Oh, my goodness. So they get Dumoulin for the same thing. Yeah, so Dumoulin gets called for dumping down Lehkonen. That'll be 2 minutes. This is a weird refereed game already. Holy smokes. That's 1,000% of makeup call. There's no way that one is the way it is. They missed that tripping on Natchez, and they know they missed it, so they had to call something. In other sports today, I know I'm, as I mentioned, a big soccer fan. The Lady Gunners of Arsenal beat Lyon today 2-1 on a goal from Olivia Smith. Put them up 2-1 in the first leg of the Women's UEFA Champions League, which is sick. It was awesome. Not going to lie, Lindsay Heath helped Lyon score early, but played some great defense. She was very strong defensively for a majority of the game, but the goalie from Lyon blew 2 massive plays that led to goals for Arsenal. So Olivia Smith, Canadian forward, to confirm that was right. Hey, Alex, what's up, man? Welcome to the party. No score, obviously, right now. It's been a very chaotic first period. Jared Bednar is now 500 wins with a single franchise regular season or otherwise. 25 away from Mike Babcock, which I want him to get for sure. I don't think anybody's going to catch Al Arbor, though. Those Islanders teams were ridiculous. Another falsified face-off here. This one going to be on the power play for the Avs, finally. Puck cleared over, corralled by Kadri. Back to Makar. 0 for 9 on the power play this season, or this series for the Avs. Let's see if they can get one here. Start this one off with a power play goal. Shot, score! The Colorado Avalanche have put themselves on the board on a power play goal. Unbelievable. Nathan MacKinnon. I got to stop there because I don't want to get the stream flagged. But a power play goal for the Avalanche. Massive, massive goal early. Landeskog back to Kadri. Kadri finds MacKinnon on the one-timer, squeaks through 5-hole, and the Avs are on the board. And that is exactly what you need if you're Colorado. You've been iced out of the power play all postseason already. First shot, and they get one. Massive goal for Nathan MacKinnon as well. His first goal of the postseason. So the Avs open up the scoring here, 1-0. Puck's going to trickle down. It's going to be an icing call on the Avs with 6:29 to go. That's what you want to see, though. Yeah, I can't play the whole thing, Spencer. I wish I could, the hey, and all of it. But if I do, we get flagged and I get kicked off of live streams for a while, and I don't want to do that, especially in the playoff window. So 1 for 10 now on the power play. Just found enough daylight. Pass goes into the zone here as the Avs continuing the pressure, try to put the pressure on. Panarin dumps it in for the Kings. Taves tries to chop it around. Cleared back to Nichushkin from Nelson. Dumped in by the Avs, and Nichushkin chases around the boards, sends it back in behind. Kopitar to Edmondson. Edmondson chops it high, corralled by the Avs defense. Blankenberg slips it into Drury. Bumped into the corner. Drury has it now. Throws it back behind to Kelly. Kelly with the puck. Tries to spin. He's cut down by Mikey Anderson. That was a cross check. Almost a boarding penalty, but no call there. Kelly's got it pinned against the boards, looking for something. No, he doesn't. It's in between his skates with Edmondson. Another hit from Mikey Anderson in a dangerous position. Cross check there from Hellenis, not called. O'Connor comes away with it, sends it across to Burns, shot blocked. Burns has it again. Throws it back towards the net, deflected wide by Forsberg. Back in front again, just over the stick of O'Connor. Kings corral. That was a chaotic moment. Avs now leading in shots, 7-6. Panarin carrying the puck up high. Sends it wide to Byfield, misses it there. 5 minutes to go. He took that like a champ. Some of these hits, I swear, I would just be like, and then just be done. Tries to slip it through, but can't. Ferrier, corralled by Malinsky. Oh, it slips through Malinsky's stick. More goes. And now it's Landeskog. Back across. Here comes McKinnon through the zone. Drops it to Natchez. Natchez cross-ice pass off the boards. Malinsky shot blocked up in the air and out of play with 4:26 to go. That's fair. Hey. Big goal for Nathan McKinnon, though. Yeah, I think that power play gave him a little bit of life, and great job by that top unit, finally. So, goal is McKinnon on the power play from Kadri, his second assist, and Landy, his first assist. Weird. I thought he already had one. Anyway, so Landeskog picking up an assist on that one. But, yeah, the penalties so far have not hurt the Avs, which is nice. But, man, a good start. I'll take this. Oh, I just didn't say anything. I was sitting there for a few seconds, just not moving, staring into space. It could be me, though. I've been having some internet issues. Yeah, I have some drop frames, so it's probably me. Yeah, I'm looking at a little bit. My stream connection's strong, but yeah, I had a little dip in action there. It happens. All right. Cleared down, no icing here for the Kings. Kadri hit behind by Dumoulin. Turcotte trying to get the puck out of the corner, can't. Chopped away. Avs have it. Good little tap by Kadri to get it through the zone. Another tap down by Kadri again into the offensive zone. Waugh and Dumoulin fighting for it. Ceci tries to dump it through, but can't. Good job by the Avs to keep it in the zone. It was Lehkonen. Cycles through. Here comes Malinsky. Shot through traffic. Forsberg has it. Couldn't see it. Finally corrals it with 3:43 to go. Sam Malinsky putting the puck on net. Like to see that. So you've got Makar, Malinsky, you've got Taves rotating through, you've got Lehkonen on the third line, Landeskog on the first line, just a bunch of shuffling right now. The Bednar blender out there right now. So McKinnon in the face-off circle now. Face-off won by McKinnon, back to Makar. Cross to Taves. Off the stick of Natchez. Back to Landeskog. Back to Natchez. Spins it back around to McKinnon behind the net. Puts a move through to nobody, though, unfortunately. Put a move on Byfield, though. Natchez from the top of the circle throws it on net, and that'll be held for a whistle. 3:21 to go. Interesting decision to move Landeskog up to the top line. Not a bad thing. I'll take it. Puck gets dropped. Won by the Kings. Sent around by Anderson. Doughty giving chase. Throws it forward to Laferriere, but Trevor Moore was about as offsides as... Yeah. 3 best defensemen in the league, in my opinion. Makar, Quinn Hughes. Those are my top 2 right now, and probably Zach Werenski. I think he's vastly underappreciated. I think Evan Bouchard is unbelievably overrated. But I would say, yeah, those 3. Miro Haskinen's probably a close third. There's aspects of his game I love, and there are things that I don't. Taves carrying it through the zone by himself. Nice work there. Shot blocked. Nichushkin puts it down. Back across, shot through the zone. Nobody there. If you'd asked me that question a few months ago, I probably would have said Adam Fox, but he's had a pretty rough year. McAvoy's probably high on that list. The Avs maintain possession behind their own net. Cycle back across, picked up by Colton, pushed down by Edmondson, though, as Clark regains possession. The best description I've ever heard of Evan Bouchard is that Bouchard makes the same mistakes Makar does, but he makes them in situations that are absolutely devastating and look awful. Pass in front, shot saved by Forsberg. What a save. My goodness, he threw that glove out there. And that's going to be offside on the Kings with 2:02 to go. And Hellenius getting in there with Parker Kelly. Oh, I love Lane Hudson. I just think he's not quite there yet. Hudson and Sider are the next gen for me. I love Moritz Seider. Moritz Seider and Simon Edvinsson are about to be a real problem for the entire NHL. Big ruckus occurring. Malott just going after Drury. Drury's not even doing anything, and Malott going hard on him there. That was a nuts situation. But yeah, Alex, to put a pin in that, I love Lane Hudson. I think he's going to be a real solid piece in the NHL for years to come. There's a few guys on that Canadiens team that are going to be a serious issue for a decade or more. So it looks like Malott's going to go to the box, and now Hellenius causing more problems. What is going on? Parker Kelly doing a good job, and Logan O'Connor just trying to keep him calm. And now it's Trevor Ward causing problems for Parker Kelly. Oh, yeah, I know. That was a beautiful goal. I'm curious to see who all's going here now. 2:02 left, and like 95 dudes are about to go to the box. It's about to be a parade heading. I think some guys are going to get matching minors. They're going to just get sent to the shower early. But oh man, a vicious cross check from Malott. And then, yeah, Drury didn't really help himself by getting into this mess a little bit here. And then Malott brings him down. And then Hellenius and Ward getting in it with Burns. You know, Kelly helping out his boy here, keeping Ward off of Burns for no reason. So O'Connor's on the bench. That's a good sign. So Landeskog and Kopitar are going to get the rundown on what's happening here. So according to NHL, Drury's going to get a 2-minute minor, and then it's going to be Malat and Hellenius. So the Avs are going to be on the power play. How about now? I don't think I'm frozen still. Yeah, so Hellenius getting a 2 and 10. So he's done for the night. I mean, yeah, Alex, that game was brutal. It was all Boston. Like, no question, it was all Boston. So the Avs going to be on a power play here. So we'll just put Hellenius' number out there. Make this easy on myself. So Hellenius gets 2 and a 10. Malat got 2. Drury got 2. So it's going to be a 5-on-4 power play for the Avalanche for the rest of the period. Makar resetting here as we go. Oh, no, that's 2 and 10. 10's a game misconduct. He's done. If he's not, that's fine, but I'm sure he's done. He restarted a situation that was already taken care of. That's 1,000% on him. Oh, good hit. The Avs get it back into the zone. Kings kind of shutting down this power play, not off the face-off. Generally, Avs struggle to enter the zone. Back to Makar at top of the blue line. Over to McKinnon. Does a little spin down on LaFerriere. Back to McKinnon on the quick touch. Pulls up behind the net. Back to Natchez. Natchez back to Landeskog. Shot wide behind. Puck is free, and it squirts into the corner. And Doughty's going to shoot it up and out. But, man, another good opportunity for the Avs there. Good job by Kadri to get it back to an Avs player. Here comes Natchez. Slowly rolling, gets it over to McKinnon. McKinnon drops it back to Natchez, tries to go through everybody, but nobody there. Sends it through. Malinsky with the pass. Oh, off the body, and that's going to be the horn, and that'll be the end of the power play. We headed into the first intermission. Good job by the Avs. 1 for 2 on the power play for this stretch. I'm pretty sure he said game, but I could be wrong. I'm probably mishearing. He got 10. I know he got 10, but I thought they said he was done. So, whatever. It doesn't matter. He doesn't deserve to be on the ice anyway. He's a garbage fourth line center who's been nothing but a goon this entire series and probably should have been sent off in the first game. But that's just me. So Avs keeping strength here in the first period. After getting outshot early in the period, come back out and win this period 11-7. Go 1 for 2 on the power play versus the Kings, who go 0 for 2 on the power play, which is a beautiful thing to see. Kings 16 penalty minutes, obviously heavily handed by Samuel Hellenius. They also had 16 hits in the period to the Avs 5. 5 block shots to 3, 6 giveaways for the Avs to the Kings 3, 2 takeaways apiece across the board. But the Avs picking up the first power play goal of the postseason, and it would be nobody other than Nathan MacKinnon. Good start for them. That's something you like to see. They need to keep that same pressure up in the second period as well. Kind of give them an opportunity to keep pushing through the lull that came in the first portion of the period. But expect Kings continue to be scrappy. Expect them to continue to body and be aggressive across the front. That's going to be the challenge for the Avs is to come out of this one healthy with the way that the Kings have kind of tried to bring the physicality and make some decisions here. Not surprised that Malat and Drury both went. I am a little surprised that they didn't send another Av along with Moore, Ward, but I'm assuming that Ward and O'Connor were considered aftermath of what happened with Hellenius, pushing the situation a little further than he needed to go through. But he'll probably be back midway through the second period and still be as useless as he has been this whole series. I'm being a little aggressive about it because I don't like dirty players. I don't like guys that take things a little too far. As an Avs fan, in my existence as a fan since I was a young kid, it's frustrating to see players get away with things that they shouldn't. And the history of the sport is very aggressive in its own right, and it's frustrating to watch guys like Hellenius, who've kind of done some things that have been questionable all series long, continue to do those questionable things and create a little bit of frustration. I'm going to step away for a second, give my voice a little rest, and I'll be right back here on the Pester Line broadcast of Game 4 of the Colorado Avalanche. And I am back. I'm glad I was actually away to actually listen to what John Michael Lyles, who's part of the Avalanche broadcast team, had to say. He explained it perfectly. Referees did exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. That's going to hopefully put the kibosh on some of the dumb stuff that's happening early with the 10-minute misconduct to Hellenius. And then the fact that Malat went after Blankenberg and Drury, who are the two smallest guys on the ice, is kind of one of those situations where it was completely unnecessary. It was also on an offside play. Like, why are you starting a scrum on an offside play, putting yourself in a bad position if you're the Kings? That's just stupidity on the highest level. So he'll be back midway through the second period and, be the fourth line center for a team that's getting eliminated today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And hopefully the Avs respond with more goals and more opportunities, because that's a frustrating situation. True. Yeah. Kings are going to Kings, especially when they're afraid and not doing as well as they were hoping they would. And I think a lot of people gave them more credit than they deserve in this series, mainly because, 2-1, 2-1. Those games were not as close as the score indicated in a few of those situations. I think it's just lack of being able to score for the Avs at times, biting them in the rear, and Forsberg playing fairly well. But overall, this series, I don't think any of us had it going more than 5, Sean. So that makes a huge difference. Are you talking about the Kings or the Avalanche, or both? Because honestly, I'm. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Kings don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. They don't want. They don't want to actually have to stand up and be accountable, or aggressive, or try. Thanks to everybody who have who have liked so far. If you haven't subscribed as well, and join the fun that is the Pester Line podcast. Oh, Kelly and Kelly's ready to knock someone's teeth in. Even Drury seems like he's ready to fight. It makes me also sad. That's why I'm sad Manson's out of this game. Because I would expect him to have some fun with specifically with Hellenius, who I'm kind of frustrated with. I've said some things in this. If you haven't been listening the whole time, Sean, I definitely gone after Hellenius a little bit here, more than I probably should have. But I mean, it's his first full year with the Kings. Was last year. He played 50 games with them last year. It's 7 points. Only 25 penalty minutes, though, so the goonery is kind of weird. He did play in all 6 postseason games last year and only had 1 point. So, yeah, but he had a good run with the Ontario Reign. Interesting. He's Finnish as well. An American-born Finnish player. So fine first period for the Avs. After starting being outshot 6-2, they then respond by going 9-1. After that, as Spencer pointed out earlier, they woke up. So that's a good look for them. Only one face-off difference. They've lost 11 of 21. 110 of that. 1 for 2 on the power play, 0 for 2 on the, 1 for 2 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. And they are getting out hit, which is what you'd expect in this one. 18 hits from the Kings so far already. That's going to be something to keep an eye on if they maintain this aggressive physical nature. What's going to happen? Also, I respect Bednar putting out the blender here early and really trying to keep the lines fresh, rotating, and I think he's seen something with Landeskog being up on the top line. Maybe it's going to be more productive. I like Lehkonen overall, but if Bedsy's seeing something specific, then he's got to make that call. Also, DJ Smith. Be very curious if they decide to stick with him as the long-term answer at head coach for the Kings. They made a change, I think, like a three-quarters of the way through the season, got rid of Jim Hiller and brought in DJ Smith, who was an assistant. Also spent a long time in Ottawa as a head coach. So be curious to see what they do there. Also, this is a question posed to everybody in the chat. If Montreal ends up winning that series, does John Cooper get fired? Or has he earned enough cred at this point that, embarrassing, the phrase I would use is embarrassing playoff exits in 2 of the last 3 years has been the issue. Because let's see, they went to back-to-back championships in 2020, 2021, and 2022. And then I don't think they've been out of... Hold on a second here. Then since that, they have not been out of the first round of the playoffs. They lost to the Panthers twice in 5 and the Maple Leafs in 6. That's all I'm saying. Like that's a tough situation to put yourself in. I know it's also the format of the playoffs in the NHL. Yeah, I'd be curious if he goes out in 5 again. If maybe they put him in a situation where he's in the hot seat at least. That is true. It could be the same said for Beds. The only difference is his expectation. Well, no, expectations are the same. They're the 2 longest tenured coaches of all time. So, or of the modern era. Two Stanley Cup Finals. The Panthers. So the Panthers beat them the first time, went to the Cup Final, and then. The Panthers did the Panthers lose to the Kings the Knights in 2023? Was that year as well? Yeah, so the Panthers went to 3 straight. That's true. Hey, at least we know the Panthers won't be back this time. Yeah, it was the Panthers who lost to Vegas. They were arguably one of the most unwatchable Stanley Cup Finals, in my opinion, ever, because screw both those organizations. But yeah. Panthers are forever trapped in Avalanche history, and it makes me happy, so I'll take it. I just want Montreal to take them out so there's no Florida teams. And then if Minnesota takes out Dallas, we have no Texas team. All is right in the world of hockey. The only thing is I want Anaheim to beat Edmonton, so you get to keep the California team. But at least they're like, an organization that has a history. Oh, Bednar wouldn't have been fired for the power play. It would have been Hextall again. I honestly, Bednar is a President's Trophy keeps you safe, I would assume. I don't know. I think that would be amazing on both accounts, Sean. Started to put Bednar on the hot seat going into the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but it's tough because I feel like with Cooper, because it's been such a drastic decline, you go from going to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals to not even being able to get out of the first round. That's I guess my argument from that stretch is that he's regressed so far beyond what was expected from them that it's turned into a potential fear situation. But right, and that was they brought Hack in to fix the power play, and he sure as shit didn't. I'd be shocked if he's still a coach in this organization come next year, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a big part of it too. Yeah, and I would be interested to look at that as well, Sean, and see what that dynamic is like. I'm gonna actually announce this here first. I'm in the process of collecting some information for us in terms of getting some named NHL and PWHL players as guests on the Pester Line podcast, but you didn't hear that from me just yet. Puck trickles in front of the net. Good job by Forsberg to throw it out. Hellenius is in the box, and he has to live in the box for the next 9 or so minutes, so that'll be fun. Shot by Kempe, blocked, saved by Wedgwood. Dumped back in by the Kings, and Malinsky has it. Sends it across over to Kulak. Flipped in, and Lehkonen giving chase as Forsberg is going to throw that around. Kept in by the Avs, dumped back into the corner. Corralled across from Doughty. Dumped in over the top. Cleared out, no icing. Puck shot towards in front of the net and pushed ahead. Thrown back, blocked by the Avs. And carried out. Here comes Natchez. Holds up, shot. Blocked by Mikey Anderson. Not allowed to get through to Forsberg. Sent back in front. Down here comes Laferriere, cut off by McKinnon and Makar. Kept through, spins past wide, and everyone's out. Here comes Nichushkin behind the net. Challenged by the Kings, trapped in the corner. McKinnon pushes the puck forward, up, and out. The other coach I'd be curious to talk about is if the Oilers end up losing to the Ducks, does Knobloch get fired? Great save by Wedgwood. He's absolutely clocked by Turcotte. No call. Regains his balance, and here we go. My goodness. Cece has it. He's checked by Colton. McCarr dumps it out. Colton's got some space. If he can get past the D, he can't. Puck was just a little ahead of him. Thrown. A huge hit by Doughty. Oh, my goodness. This one's spinning out of control here quickly. Avs have it. Looking for a play. Thrown in front. Shot saved by Forsberg, and he'll hold. But bodies just flying everywhere. With 17:21 to go. Well, yeah, their front office has been a joke for a few years. Ken Holland was not the right choice. Oh, what a hit by Doughty. Ken Holland was not the answer, and then Stan Bowman, who was gifted a team that won cups by the Blackhawks in a way. He did not build that team that won those cups, but he gets the benefit of being the guy who was the GM while it happened. So I don't necessarily think they're going to be able to really find any answers with those two guys. But I have a feeling Bowman's going to stick around for another year or so. But Knobloch also hasn't gotten much out of them. Oh, here comes Kadri. Tried to make a deke. Oh, and he gets cleaned down on the ice. Another big hit from the Kings. But I would be surprised if Knobloch keeps his job. But, again, McDavid probably has a say in that since that was his OHL coach at Erie. Here comes Lehkonen. Pasted into the boards as he dumps it across. McKinnon. Well, they were expecting Jari to be at least above average because he was supposed to be above average, and he's been absolutely awful. I've actually been surprised at how well Ingram had played down the stretch. But, you know, when Arizona gives up on you, you probably should worry about it. But Vemilka's been phenomenal there. It also doesn't help that they're paying a pylon $9 million in Darnell Nurse. Here comes McKinnon. Shot wide and tipped out. Looks like it's going to be out of play here. You paid Darnell Nurse $9 million to be on your third pair. I'd say that's a front office failure if I've ever seen one. So we agree there for sure. Good clean push there from Clark. I would say they're trying to get a little more physical with the Avs to try and keep them off balance, but this Avs team doesn't get bullied like they used to, which I love. Ooh, and a big opportunity tried to hit, and another reverse hit from the Kings at their own blue line there. Nelson's going to get it up to Nichushkin. Nichushkin pushes it forward, dumped in by Colton. Nichushkin carried into the corner. Colton trying to flip it around, does. Chopped out, just missed the stick. That one's blocked and tipped out of play. 15:23 left. Blankenberg tried to hit Turcotte. Turcotte put him on his butt. That's Blankenberg being a little undersized, but nice job by him to make a play to force a dump in as well. Drury wins the face-off. Dumped up, tipped by O'Connor to Kelly. Dumped back in, kept in by the Avs. Burns throws it towards the net, deflected wide. Looked like an Avs player deflected that wide. Comes across, shot, deflected over the net. Edmondson's got it now, looking for Kempe. Anybody gets it out, does Kopitar. Kempe has it chopped off of his stick and back into the zone. Clark has to draw it back, retreat, and corral. Nice. Orlock is asleep. I love it. Good job by Wedgwood to play it out behind the net. Pinned down by Waugh. Can he get it out of the zone? No, good job by Kopitar, or not Kopitar, Panarin to play it in. Drury couldn't dump it in. Avs regained possession as Malinsky plays it forward. Lekkonen's got it. Drop back pass to Kadri through traffic, struggling to find it was Forsberg. It was behind him on the right. All the way back to the line. Makar has it. Makar with a little dipsy-do. Makar with a little dipsy-do. Makar shoots, scores! Cale Makar! And he finds the back of the net, and the Avs are up 2-0. What a play by Cale Makar. Absolutely danced his whole way through that. Finds the back of the net, and the Avs now lead it 2-0. Perfect play. Hey, Andre, welcome. You're in for the second period as the Avs now lead it 2-0. All right, and my Mother's Day gift has shipped. This is a great little stretch of time here for me. I'll take this. So 14:06 now. Avs lead 2-0. Cale Makar, beautiful. Love it. Hey, Andre, now that you've joined us, why don't you answer Alexander's question from earlier? Who are your top 3 defensemen in the NHL? So the Avs have a power play goal, a goal from Cale Makar. The voices we want to see stepping up for these boys starting to show up here in Game 4. As Landeskog gives chase behind the net, cycles it around, pulls up, checked by Doughty. Doughty and Landeskog going at it, the captains. Spun back is McKinnon. McKinnon holds, looks. Shot through traffic, blocked. And the Kings will try to take it out. Laferriere's got it now. Sends it forward. Off the stick of Moore behind the net. Burns gets hit by Byfield, and McKinnon's the one who comes out of the pile with it. And here come the Avs moving forward. Makar's second of the postseason unassisted. Across to McKinnon. Shot blocker save by Forsberg. Coming around across. Fakes the shot. Malinsky waits. Passes it back behind. Here comes Natchez. Slams on the brakes, trying to get away. Loses the puck, gets hit, and the puck gets cleared out of the zone all the way back. And no icing. Waved off there with 13:02 to go. Slipping through here. Okay, Makar, Rowinski, and Hudson. I like it. I like that Makar and Rowinski are the 2 commons so far. Spencer, I don't know if I saw your list yet. Over the top. Nice bat down by Ceci. Not a hand pass because it's in the defensive zone. Goes across to Taves. Taves dumps it in. Gives chase right on to Forsberg. Dumoulin through. And Panarin getting hounded by Parker Kelly. Kelly doing a great job. Avs clear this. No, Avs keep it in. Body down, no trip there. That's just a blown edge. Lost off the stick of O'Connor. Good seal off there by Ceci. Drury and Dumoulin now fighting for the puck behind the net. Drury giving Dumoulin the business. Can't get free. And the puck will go out to Ceci. Ceci gets the red line. Dumps it up to Panarin. Stick breaks for somebody there. Checked by a little cross check there from Panarin behind the net to try and get the puck away. Avs come away with it. And it's up to Taves on the break. He will drop it to Kelly, and they'll dump it in the zone. Edmondson throws it down. Chop that. Good patience from the Avs here. Tapped over. Kadri spins it back. Heavy shot. Saved by Forsberg again. Puck goes all the way down. And that'll be an icing call with 11-11. Make a wish. As the Avs just kind of starting to dominate this period. So you and Alexander are both on the Hudson train. I think he's close to top 3. I would say he's getting there. I want to see him do this for one more season. What he's been doing with Montreal for sure. Face off won by the Kings. Outside and wide. Dumped in. Chase coming down as LaFerriere battling with Kulak. Poked out of the zone. Corralled by McKinnon. Drop pass. Shot. Forsberg got blocked before it got to Forsberg. Held up on the sidewall are the Avs. Here comes McKinnon again. Throws it across. Nature's shot. Saved by Forsberg. Throwing the glove all over that one. Avs shots reduced back down to 15. 10:43 to go. We're going to take our first television timeout here of the period. Second television timeout of the period. But Cale Makar unassisted. So good second period. This is what you want to see from the Avs, especially with this being a closeout game for them. So we've got, thanks to everybody who's been in here so far. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'll hopefully have a new episode up this week. It just depends on schedules, unfortunately. But we're definitely going to be live streaming as many Avs postseason games as possible until the run is over. Should be a fun experience to continue this run. It's been nice getting back into calling games again in this regard. Definitely starting to feel more normal again, which is great. I used to do this for a living at the high school level here in the U.S. Not a great living, but a living nonetheless. In case you missed it earlier today, the Buffalo Sabres scoring 6 goals past Jeremy Swayman as they win 6-1. A late shorthanded goal by Corrali puts that one away. But Alex Tuck scores his third. Josh Doan, scoring his first goal. Zach Benson scoring his first. Byram his third. Beck Mallinston his first. So a 6-goal performance, something that we definitely want to see from Buffalo. Continue the run there. I'd love to see a Buffalo, as Sean put in the chat earlier, a Buffalo-Carolina Eastern Conference and a Colorado-Anaheim Western Conference. That would be a fun combination of teams. Some fresh blood in a couple of those situations as well, which would be fun to see. Puck bounces off of Natchez as he gets it in. Doughty over to Anderson. Anderson back to Doughty behind the net. Puck rolls across. Into the King zone and out. Puck trickles past, and Taves plays it to Makar. Puck goes through the Avs. That should be an icing call. And nope, it wasn't. Must have just been touched enough at the line. Dumped off of a body and across. Avs corral it. Burns throws it down. Looking cross ice. Finds Nelson. Has he shot? Saved by Forsberg. It goes wide. Puck goes into the corner. Kopitar chops it out to nobody. Kicked off by Nelson. Kolak dumps it in. Cycled around to Doughty. Doughty to Kempe. Kempe to Kopitar. Kopitar misses Panarin, and that'll be an icing call with 9:16 to go. Okay, fair enough, Alexander. That I can respect. I have them. I think I have. I have a picture somewhere on my phone. I have the Habs at least winning the series against the Lightning, and then potentially losing to Buffalo in the semifinals. I wouldn't hate seeing the Habs go to the conference finals either. Against that a matchup with them against Carolina would be fun. Lehkonen finds Malinsky, shot saved by Forsberg again. Kept in by the Avs. Blankenberg dropped back to Blankenberg through traffic. Oh, and he just missed Lehkonen on the other side. Lehkonen and Kempe going at it. Waugh has it. Waugh has it dispossessed. Kempe's got it. He's going to carry it out of the zone. Gets the red line, throws it over to Panarin. Chased Blankenberg. Good job to play position there. Waugh has it and lost it. Almost kept in by the Kings. So we'll get to see Hellenius again as he'll decide to come back into action now that he's out of the box for his 10-minute misconduct. Be the Battle of Waugh, which would be kind of fun. When was the last time the Habs were in the final? Was it 2020, right? Congratulations to the Glenwood Springs Grizzlies ATW as they won the Kingdom Cup 2025, the Summit Youth Hockey Club Junior Varsity Champions. The Avalanche like to rile up their youth movement, which is awesome. Hockey's grown exponentially in Colorado over the years, which is awesome, as always. Forever Faithful memberships, huh? Must be a fancier way of talking about season ticket holders. So 8:38 left to go here in the second period. Avs lead 2-0. Puck flipped over the top there. Sorry, it's closer to 8:30. My bad. I'm trying to catch my timing here. Shot 16-9 now for the Avalanche. Puck gets forked out. Cece's got it. Sent across and out. Trickled past Cece. Has it again. Thrown out and around. Dumped in by Drury. By Waugh. As chasing back. Kulak beats right to the puck. McKinnon finds Kelly. O'Connor with a huge hit on LaFerriere. Moore's got it now, carrying it through the ice, sends it up around the boards. Avs chop it back around the backside again, picked up by Doughty. Forced back down to Moore, pinned against the boards by Taves. A little scuffle behind the net here as Moore's the one who comes away with it. Sends it back, poked out by the Avs, all the way down, and Anderson has to corral. Doughty moves the puck forward. Played up by Panarin. Poked off the stick of Anderson. Byfield's got it now. He's pinned to the boards by Drury. Kelly trying to find some space. Dumps it down, and that'll be an icing on the Avs. 6:48 to go. Cale Makar, what a shot. My gosh, I didn't realize that was far side, too. What a heck of a shot there. Oh, it wasn't far side. That was near side, and it just rolled all the way around. Shot goes wide of the net. Dumped back behind. Taves falls down behind the net. Kempe's got it. Holding. Makar playing him tight. Laferriere gets bumped. Looking to try and make a pass. Sends it back behind around again to Kempe. Kempe shot. Trickles through and scores. The Kings on the board here. Wedgwood just couldn't hold on to that one. And it's 2-1. Kempe threw it, and Edmondson just gets it past. So the Kings' second. Oh, did that hit off Drury before it went in? So that's the Kings' second even strength goal of the postseason. And just like that, it's 2-1. Kings try to dump it in. The Avs need to get one back here. 2-1's been the theme of the series. It's always a double situation. 2-1, 2-1, 4-2. So here comes Nelson. Kept in by the Avs. Oh, rough hit there. Kept in, though. Dumped across to nobody. That should be an icing if the Avs get there first. They do. So 5:46 to go. Shot through traffic, blocked wide. Kicked out around. Burns dumps it down to McKinnon. McKinnon's dumped down. The Kings take possession. Puck rolling all the way through. Burns sends it up and out. Through traffic, dropped in front. Wedgwood trying to cover it up. And I don't think it went in. Oh my gosh, that's a scary situation. Whoo, this one's getting tense. The Kings kind of found a little bit of life. No, they cannot. A little nervy now, a little nervy. So, Alex, how did you become a Habs fan? That's an interesting option. I'm always curious how people find teams. I got made fun of at the soccer game I went to yesterday because I asked a guy how he became a fan of his team, and he told me, and then he responded with, "Is that good enough for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally." Well, he is a Tottenham fan, so of course he was very fragile about his fandom. So coming up after this game on ESPN, the Lightning head back to Montreal, and the Canadiens look to take a 3-1 lead in that series. And then later on this evening, you've got the Oilers in Game 4 at the Pond as the Ducks host Edmonton. Four goals on 14 shots. Buffalo had 2 at that point. Oof. Dallas and Minnesota, the only series tied at 2 so far, but there are 3 series still left to go to Game 4. Vegas, Utah, and will be tomorrow. Edmonton, Anaheim later tonight, and then the Habs and the Habs and the Lightning. Face-off won by the Kings and out of the zone past Clark. Yeah, Byram had a hell of a game. He played his ass off. Puck trickles all the way down and through, and that'll be an icing call with 4:54 left in the period. That's an awesome reason, man. That's really cool. I have a buddy in Australia who became a Canucks fan for a very similar reason. So, yeah, that's a respectable reason to be a fan of a team. And one of our co-hosts on this podcast, shot saved by Forsberg. He was a Habs fan for a long time, mainly because of Patrick Waugh and later on because of just Carey Price, and he's a goaltender guy. Ooh, Kempe putting a big hit on Kadri there. Kadri tries to slip it through, but can't. Played with a high stick, but you can play it to yourself. That's right. Kempe trying to go through 4 Avs and can't do it. Off the stick of Lehkonen and away. Kempe throws it in. Bouncing puck goes over the stick of Laferriere. Byfield chased by Waugh into the corner. Looking for a pass. The Avs just trying to get something through. Dumped in. Colton off the stick of Forsberg, but he retrieves it. Cross-ice pass to Panarin. Finds, looks like Moore across the way. Glove saved by Wedgwood, and he'll hold. 3:56 to go. But yeah, one of the co-hosts on the podcast portion of this. we gently, it was a gentle bullying. It was polite bullying. I was actually a Nordiques fan before I got to become an Avalanche fan, so they came to me, which is a lot of fun. That was based on video games, because I liked playing with Sakic and Forsberg in NHL 93 and 94. They were a fun, dominant group to play with. Another nice save from Wedgwood here on a opportunity. The turns have tabled a little bit here. But my dad's company used to have season tickets to all the Colorado sports teams back in the day when he was working. So he would take me to games, and we had family season tickets for the Denver Broncos for like 44 years. So face-off won by the Avs, but corralled by the Kings. Moore trying to get away in the corner. Byfield dumps it down across, goes all the way to Doughty. Doughty back to Anderson off the boards. Avs can have numbers if they hustle. Here comes Landeskog. Slow rolling. Taking his time. Natchez went for a hit on Panarin, but Panarin kind of baited him into the miss. Kept in. Shot saved by Forsberg. Ooh, that's a boarding. That has to be boarding. Landeskog buried into the boards again. No call. Absolutely ridiculous. Blocked. Panarin's shot blocked by Kulak. Puck trickles around the outside. Another Avs player dumped down on a cross-check, no call. Quick reset. Cece has it. Dumoulin throws it towards the net. That goes wide. Byfield pinned against the boards. Landeskog fighting with Moore to get it out. Malinsky and Byfield in a tussle here. Puck goes in front, rolls behind the net. Malinsky has it. Looks up ice, finds Natchez, who pitchforks it up and out, waved off the icing with 2:34 to go. I don't know how you don't call that penalty in the corner there. But, again, NHL referees. Puck goes through. Huge hit by McKinnon on Dumoulin. Laferriere has it poked away. They play it back to Ceci. Shot blocked by McKinnon. What a stretch here for Nathan McKinnon. Let's ice it off with a goal here. He's got loses the puck there, dumps it forward. Wow, what a stretch of play there from 29. Makar has it lost. Kempe slams on the brakes. Only playing the top two lines right now are the Kings. Parker Kelly gets dropped. The Avs checking his stick is Drury, making sure it's not broken. Here comes Clark. Sends it down low. Shot blocked by Taves. Tipped up and out. Someone with a pace. Here comes O'Connor. O'Connor driving the net. Slams on the brakes, and he gets pummeled over. Oh, my gosh. Great play by Edmondson there, but just not enough gas in the tank for O'Connor. Into the zone comes Ward. He's cut off. He's cut off. That's a drop down. He loses an edge, and the Avs will maintain possession. Lehkonen throws it out. That gets bumped. Kadri giving chase. That's going to come into the zone. Waugh's going to drop it back. They reset, throwing it forward. That's tipped. A minute to go here in the period. What a chaotic final 4 minutes here. That puck is tipped. Turcotte has it. Blankenberg pushes him wide. Makar pushes the puck up. Lehkonen has it on his stick. Lehkonen looking for a pass. He gets it. Here comes... Oh, and Kadri just out of offside. Just offside there. McKinnon, great hit on Dumoulin. Beautiful open ice hit. So 42.2 left. Face-off won by the Avs to Kulak. Kulak's going to dump it into the zone here. Gets through the Av in the corner. Moore trying to skate through. Kulak keeping him offside or out wide. Kulak continuing to body. Avs dump it forward. Tipped and hit is Colton. Colton tips it off the Doughty stick, but corralled by Panarin, who's dancing through. 13 seconds to go. Panarin has it, poked off of his stick. Wedgwood pushes it wide. Chopped up off the glass, hits the linesman. Avs dump it forward. 4 seconds. Nichushkin's going to try and make a run. Shot goes wide. Glove save, and that will end the period. So we head into the second intermission. 2-1 Avs. With a little bit of chaos there to end the second period. A lot of up and down, a lot of physicality. The Avs even throwing a couple hits there. McKinnon specifically. But Doughty with a couple big hits in the corner. Big saves from Wedgwood. Just a tough situational goal. Bounced through the body. Edmondson just getting it down on the outside for the Kings. So defensemen scoring in this one. Edmondson from Kempe and Laferriere. Laferriere's fourth assist of the series. His first non-power play assist of the series. According to NHL, the Avs did not have a power play as part of the Hellenius situation. They said they're still 1-for-1, but I think they're 1-for-2. So that's kind of funny. Makar scores his second unassisted from at 5:48. I apologize, I'm a little tired. But yeah, good period early from the Avs. Only 15 total shots on goal in that period. 8 for the Avs, 7 for the Kings. Kings currently sitting at 7 shots per period at the moment for the Avs. 37 hits. 37 hits for the Kings in this game, 15 for the Avalanche. So if you're wondering where the physicality is coming from, that's where it is. I need to take a quick 5-minute break. I will be back here in just a moment on the Pester Line broadcast of Avalanche Hockey. And we are back here. Second intermission. Avs lead 2-1 here in Game 4 of the first round of the playoffs against the Los Angeles Kings. Glad to be back with you all here. Just needed to take a quick minute to rest up a quick check, go to the bathroom, do all the usual things. Oh, man. This third period is a big one as the Avs can close out this series and get a little bit of rest, get some health back in the lineup, and await who finishes the bloodbath that is the Stars and Wild series. To go back to a couple of topics we were talking about before, Spencer, you made a phenomenal point. And this is where I think the issue with the Oilers is systemic and ownership problems, similar to other clubs that have problems right now with maintaining leadership within. If they had gotten them an elite or even just average goaltending, coaching could be questioned, but they're having consistently outscore their problems. That is very true. The issue is they fired Jay Woodcroft, who I think is a significantly better coach than Chris Knobloch. Although Knobloch has gotten them to 2 Stanley Cup Finals, so I could be wrong. I also just like calling Woodcroft what did I call him? Skycraft. Not Skycraft. Skyrim. He was a Skyrim NPC. That's what his rendering looks like. So it's just one of those situations where, I think they got the guy that McDavid wanted, and it's phenomenal. Oh, yeah, 100%. And neither of them are playing particularly well in this series, and part of it is I just think they don't have the personnel to keep up with Anaheim. If you saw late in that third period, Anaheim's youth is showing. McTavish, Gauthier, Lacombe, Michikov, my gosh. But also, that series is, whoever wins that series is getting beat by Vegas or Utah, in my opinion. Just because Vegas and Utah have better goaltending than they do, and it's going to be, whoever wins that series is going to be probably a sitting duck situation. Oh yeah, and they're a little more aggressive at times. True. Dostal is, in my opinion, Dostal's a better goaltender than Ingram and has been for a long time. That's the reason they were willing to give John Gibson up and let him move on to something different. And he played fairly well in Detroit this year. It's just unfortunate that Detroit's youth movement is also in the opposite situation. And 1 week-long injury to Dylan Larkin tanked their entire season. So prove that they just don't have enough real balance in that lineup to create anything. Whereas I think they have enough. Oh yeah, and he's become the definition of what I think modern goaltending is in the NHL. Dostal has, in the sense that a month can make you $10 million. A good stretch can get you paid. And in this postseason, I think he's been mid, but they're not necessarily outscoring their problems as much as Edmonton's goaltending is costing them. So, yeah. So in this series, just looking at the series stats, Ingram has given up got a 4.7 goals against average with an 84.9 save percentage. Dostal is not much better at 4.05 with an 87.5 save percentage. So they're not necessarily playing well. The difference is, though, and here's where the key comes in. Anaheim's power play is absolutely annihilating Edmonton right now. And that's the issue. I mean, there have been, let's do some math here. So 10, 11, so that's 21. There have been 28 goals scored in this series already. Right. The Ducks power play is the best in the playoffs right now, but and you can caveat me on this one. I'm just saying. Is it because Connor Ingram and Edmonton are crap? And their PK has just been superbly awful. And that's part of the problem. I mean, during the season they had I believe they had one of the top power penalty kills in the league. But like, I don't know. It's ugly to watch. To see what happens in those matchups. Let me look at something really quick. I'm just curious now. So Edmonton had the number 1 power play in the league. And we're 21st. Oh wait, that's standard points. Hold on. 1 sec. Sorry. And we're 20th in penalty kill. So their penalty kill was pathetic. I mean, so the 23rd power play is tough to see. Yeah, it's very true that they were not very good during the year, but they've definitely found it here. But they're facing the 20th ranked. Just taking a look here. Yeah, minus the Kings PK, the Edmonton PK is the third worst in the postseason. No, wow, not even. Edmonton is ahead of Philly, Boston, and LA in the regular season in terms of penalty kill coming into the postseason. Now, in the postseason, they have the worst penalty kill in all. It's just pretty sad to see. Yeah, Anaheim's scoring 50% power play, according to this, 87% on the penalty kill for the Ducks. Colorado finally getting a power play goal, so they're getting one. Buffalo coming in today, also no power play points. Boston and LA were both 100% coming into today. And Boston still is, which is crazy considering they lost that game 6-1. All even strength goals, except for the goal scored by Boston was a shorthanded goal. But the Avs also have a shorthanded goal, which is nice. So special teams has been the difference. Anaheim also scoring the most goals of any team in this tournament so far. Edmonton second, Buffalo third, Colorado 11th at the moment. But second in goals against behind Carolina, who gave up 1.25. Oh, yeah, and that's the same thing with any team in the postseason. That's the goal. In any sport, find a way to win. So this third period is going to be a big part of this third period is getting back to what was working in the second or at the beginning of the second and most of the first. Reset your mindset here and get back to playing good hockey. You're expecting physicality, so you got to be smart. Refs have put the whistles away officially. There were definitely a couple of hits in that last stretch that would have, I think I would have called, but I don't know. Maybe they weren't, Cogliano breaking his neck levels of hits. This drone shot's super cool. That's a lot of water in Los Angeles. Because the Department of Player Safety is managed by a bunch of morons. I can say that and not get fined because I don't work for the NHL. Also, what are they going to fine me? I don't have any money. I'm live streaming hockey games on YouTube at 3 in the afternoon, 4, almost 5 in the afternoon. I got to go make dinner soon. I'm also wondering what the condition of the ice is like in LA because I feel like it seems like it's kind of cruddy. Yep, exactly, Spencer. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. So 20 minutes left in this 20 minutes potentially left in this series. The Lightning Habs game will start here soon, so I'm sure we'll lose Alex and Andre at some point. Oh, puck gets through. Backhand try by Panarin, and Kopitar, and he's tied up with 19:40 to go. Avs ended up winning the face-off battle in the second period. Face-off won by the Avs and dumped out. Start the clock, Michael. Gee, mini Christmas. Slips through, down. It's cooler than 52 in LA right now? Crazy. Buck cycles around. Anderson chops at it, but the Avs take it away. Colton double teamed in the corner, couldn't get it away. Puck flipped over the top. Throws it back to Oh. Got it. Puck bounces off the stick of the Avs and through. Yeah, but they also have the Lakers there too, so I'm sure that'll create some issues like it does for us sometimes. McKinnon with a little shovel through. Oh, great save by Forsberg, and he'll hold with 18:34 to go. McKinnon doing the little things right now. I think McKinnon wants to put this one away. But great job by Forsberg to drift and cover the post near side, make the save that he needed to. 18:34 to go. 14 and a half minutes for McKinnon on the ice tonight. Goal, 3 shots, 2 hits. One of them was at the blue line. Poster Dumoulin. It was beautiful. Dumped in by Kulak, and they reset. Dumoulin, speaking of which, has the puck now. Off the boards and out. Touched quickly. Shot by Lawton is blocked. Lawton tries to chop that one on net. Hits the backside of the net and out. Drury finds Natchez, and then he's picked off from behind. Big hit. Kings slip through, and that'll be held by Wedgwood. Jared Wright wants to book his trip to the Royal Gorge route. 18:09 left here in the third. A lot of whistles here early. Face off won by the Kings. Anderson throws it through traffic, bounces off the back of the net. Drury trying to keep Byfield out of the crease. One behind the net by the Avs. Taves plays it forward. Two guys on O'Connor. Drop pass here. O'Connor spins back, throws it. Shot goes wide. Makar activates, goes deep. Doughty has it. Throws it around the boards and out. Pass cross ice misses more. That's going to be offside. And it's called offside. Moore slammed on the brakes because the pass was behind him and Byfield blew into the zone. $17:38 to go now. Face off outside the Kings zone. And won by the Kings. Dumoulin throws it up to Hellenius. As Wright has it, or Ward has it dispossessed, but they're going to call offside there. Avs pinned him against the Wards there. Wright actually down on the third line right now. Or fourth line, excuse me. Yeah, Malott and Ward have played not a whole lot of time in this one. About 9 minutes combined for the two wingers. Puck trickles down. Blankenberg throws it. And a big hit there. Oh, Blankenberg bouncing off the ice. Yikes. Kadri loses it. They push it forward. Poked ahead. Here comes Lehkonen giving chase. Puts Cece against the boards. Avs trying to fish it out. Scooping, and finally comes out, bounces past everybody in the Avs will corral Malinsky. Holding, looking, holding, throws it forward, deflected, corralled by Lehkonen, shot, save, rebound, score! Nicholas Waugh on the rebound, and the Avs take a 3-1 lead. What a goal for the Avs. That was a beautiful play, wonderful setup. Great job by Lehkonen and a great trail job by Nicholas Waugh. Absolutely mint. Another beautiful cleanup from this third line has been spectacular. Lehkonen again making the right play, and what a finish. 3-1 Avs. I mean that unironically. Nicholas Waugh, again, a deadline acquisition, doing all the right things. And whistle blows for, looks like for a hand pass. Oh, Nelson's going to the box, excuse me. Hey, guess what? It's a third period penalty. For what? Really? Oh, my God. There's that standard third period hooking penalty that we always like to see from the referees when the Kings trail a little bit. So, face-off scrummed up, but pulled away by the Kings. And Panarin keeps it in, but the Avs clear it out. Panarin knocks it down. Chase from behind. Here comes Drury. Jack Drury shoots wide. Picked up by the Kings, turning it around. Here comes Kopitar. Panarin. Waiting. Panarin still with the puck. Throws it down, slips through Laferriere. Heavy around and out. Good job by the Avs. Forsberg playing it behind his own net. Cycling it back. Here comes Laferriere. Tries to dump it in. Avs do a great job bodying up at the blue line there. Makar and Kulak fighting for the puck in the zone or behind the net. Puck goes all the way around. Laferriere can't get there, but the Avs do. And they've got numbers if they want it. 2-on-1. Pass across. He just misses LOC. Oh, and O'Connor had a chance for a short-handed goal there. Just couldn't find it. There's O'Connor now. Cross-check behind. Nothing. Nuke picks it up. Throws it just wide. Kings keep it now. Panarin. Couple nice opportunities for the Avs on this power play. Byfield has it. Drops it back to Doughty. Back to Byfield. Looks, shot, saved by Wedgwood, and he'll hold. Oh, it went through. Excuse me. I was wrong. Doughty trickles in front. Rebound. Kicked away again. Giving chase are the Avs. Here comes Lehkonen. Walking it into the zone. Lehkonen shoots. And a glove save, and that's going to be held, and it's going to be a offensive zone faceoff on the PK for the Avs. What a stretch here on this penalty kill. Drury had a chance. Knocked away by Forsberg. And then Shushkin trying to find O'Connor on the backside. If he hits the stick, that's a goal. Great job by Wedgwood again to clear the space. Taves doing a good job making that a more difficult situation for Lawton. Face-off won by the Kings as there's 5 seconds left on the power play. Chopped away, kicked away, off the glass. Out of the box comes Nelson. Thrown forward. Nelson has it. Tosses it back around. 14:29 to go. Tipped. Kings lose it in the neutral zone. McKinnon giving chase. Dumoulin has it. Dumoulin throwing it deep. Misses everybody and gets it to the Avs. Makar to Malinsky. Malinsky up ice. Finds Landeskog to McKinnon. Slams on the brakes. Puts LaFerriere in a spin cycle. Shot. Score! And the Avs put another one away. This one, Marty Necas. What a shot. Oh, excuse me, Devon Taves. And the Avs finding more. All right, Alex, have a good one. Go Habs, go. But what a pass. Shot across. Unbelievable finish from Devon Taves. I gave it to Necas because he's the first one I saw on the scrum, and the wheels are falling off in Los Angeles, folks. 4-1. Colorado putting some damage in this one. That's what you love to see. Puck up in the air, corralled by Panarin. Throwing it down into the corner. Now is the time to just get out of this one healthy. No silly penalties, no silly injuries, no crazy situations. Reduce the minutes of your top six. Play that bottom six as much as you can. Give Drury, Parker, Kelly, and LOC plenty of minutes here. That's what you want. Just wrap this one up nice and tight with a bow. 13:20 to go. Lehkonen hounding Doughty. Lehkonen! They want more. They want to prove something tonight, folks. Whew. Lehkonen putting a little hit in. Lawton chased down by Kadri. The Kings cannot get it out of their own zone. Shot through traffic, and Forsberg will save and hold. My goodness, forecheck pressure from the Avs just everywhere. Defibrillator gone. Good one. Respect. Have a good one, man. We'll see you back for round two. Absolutely what you wanted to see from the Avs here coming out of the second period. Getting out of that second intermission, getting on them quickly, showing a lot. Unbelievable. Kings thought they had some hope, and it disappeared pretty fast. Definitely happy to see the Avalanche doing all the things we want them to be doing right now. Finding ways to just absolutely play up to what we know they can. This is, I think, what majority of the people were thinking the series was going to be like from game one. So to see it in game 4, knock the brakes off of them and really put yourself in a great position, I think they're doing the right things. So we take a look at what that summary states. Was a goal from Nicholas Waugh, from Lehkonen and Malinsky. Lehkonen's second assist, Malinsky's first, Waugh's second goal. Taves scoring his first goal of the postseason from McKinnon, his second, and Landeskog his second. Landeskog's second of the night. That's something you like to see. So this will be the last game of the season on Altitude Sports Network here in Colorado. For our local teams, always love Mark Mosier, Mark Rycroft. But Connor McGahee will still be getting the calls on the radio, so if you get a chance to check him out, do it. Puck bounced down off the boards, still behind the Kings' net, still in the offensive zone for the Avs, just trying to maintain the pressure. This forecheck has been absolutely brutal for the last minute or so. Here comes Wright coming out of the zone. Goes across in front, saved by Wedgwood and dumped out. Avs giving chase. And they're going to wave it off. Logan O'Connor making the play there to wave off the icing. Absolutely beautiful play. You love to see it from your fourth line guys. This fourth line has been an absolute pain in the backside for the Kings. They may not be putting up a ton of points, but they are applying pressure. The forecheck's been rough. It's been a lot of little things. That's chopped up and not out of play by Natchez. Anderson tries to throw it across. Kept in by the Kings. Mikey Anderson tries to throw it towards the net. That's blocked. Panarin throws it towards the net. That bounces wide. Now they're just trying to get pucks at the net. Panarin to Byfield. Back to Panarin. Through traffic. Deflected wide again. It's going to roll through. McKinnon. Save. And hold on, sorry. Sorry, my Mother's Day gift for my wife just got delivered, so I'm trying to tell her not to go pick up the box. 10:57 to go here. Puck trickles through and out. Here comes Colton. Waiting. Nice pass. Tries to drift it past there was Nelson, and it just goes wide. Edmondson shot. Deflected. Over the top. Puck goes wide. Rolled around. Here comes Edmondson down low, activating. Hellenius out there with Ward. Hellenius now has it. Throws it back to Edmondson. Tries to make a play to Clark, who's down low. Ward has it now. Looking. Drops it. Puck gets stripped away. Tries to throw it in front again. And a little punchy punch. 10:08 to go here in the period. I don't know how my clock got so far behind, but it did. Oh, agreed. Nate's been a completely different beast. I think part of it, too, like you mentioned, the Kings being stingy, I think they were playing him really tight and really trying to make him do a lot of the work or make other guys do all the work. But now that they have to play wide open for this game, he's been given that carte blanche to kind of do whatever he needs to. I would like to see him carry momentum into a series against either Dallas or Minnesota. I just pray that series goes 7 because I don't want to. Oh, as Clark lets that one slip through. I want them to be beat up as much as possible and just hopefully gassed from that series. That would be nice. Puck gets through. Nice deke. Brent Clark. This kid's got a bright future. And that's going to be whistled down. And that'll be a TV timeout. I'm going to take this one with him really quick. I'll be right back right here on Pester Line, Avalanche broadcast. All right, and we're back. I had to do that quickly because it says what it is on the box. I am 1,000% out of shape. Running up the stairs made me winded. So about 9:40 to go here in the third period. Man, Wedgwood has just been lights out. Very Hasek-esque for those who got to watch Dominic Hasek play in his prime. A lot of great saves, having to be sprawly and spread and kind of diving around. Hey, Tom and Colin Hanks. That's a cool shot. Would make sense that they are Kings fans, and that's totally fine with me. Tom Hanks, a national treasure, of course. And a great save from Wedgwood there to close that one down. 9:30 to go. Aw. That's what I want to be like with my kid someday. Orlok and I are going to go to a lot of hockey games, I hope. And if he's not into sports, he's not into sports. That's going to be fine with me, but I'd be a little sad. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Tried to dump it through, couldn't. Oh, no. What a save by Wedgwood again. Closing the door. Dumped back in, but not now. The Avs keep it out. Reset quick. Try to throw it out. Hits the linesman again. I'm surprised he didn't put it in the Kings offensive zone with that. More dumping it in across. What a save by Wedgwood, though. Absolute money. Probably sold his tickets for Game 4. Here comes Nichushkin. Walks it through. Saved by Forsberg and wide. Taves. Back. Burns through traffic. Blockered away. And out of the zone. Carried just a little too much there. Dumped over to Taves. I love this little rotation of looking at different pairings and stuff as well from the Avs. Something you should definitely keep an eye on moving forward. Burns throwing it forward. Played up. Great hustle by Lehkonen. Again, Arturi Lehkonen just turns into a completely different monster in the postseason. Burns through traffic. Trickles all the way to the net. And nice job by Forsberg to make the save Force the traffic going the other way now. And, oh, huge hit in the corner. Oh, my God. Another dangerous hit from the Kings. Oh, Blankenberg throwing the shoulder on LaFerriere. You like to see that from the little guy. And then makes the poke check, forcing the play deep. Doughty trying to cycle around, and the Avs clear it out. Nick Blankenberg doing some work tonight. Bounces over the stick of Malinsky. Mikey Anderson couldn't make a play on it. Goes back to LaFerriere. Drop pass to Doughty through traffic. Shot blocked wide. All the way down and out. Here is Doughty. Dumped back forward. LaFerriere is going to throw it in. Anderson giving chase. He'll pull back as Malinsky pulls it behind the net. Moore on the forecheck. Bounces off the boards, up and over. That'll be an icing call with 7:07 to go. Absolutely crazy couple of saves there. Is this the turnover? Yeah, look at this save by Wedgwood. Just getting big, keeping himself in front of Trevor Moore, and then a bouncing puck through legs. Great job by Forsberg to see that. Blankenberg getting smoked by Brent Clark, and then he does his part back very next possession and hits LaFerriere off the puck in front of the net. Avs get a warning. Face off one and out of the zone as Edmondson gets it. Holds, waits, gives it to Clark. Clark dumps it in deep. Chase right on to net there for glove save by Wedgwood. Wedgwood's second highest save percentage in franchise history for his first three career playoff starts. Ron Hextall, Craig Anderson, Simeon Varlamov, and Darcy Kemper in that group. Hextall, a big piece of Avs lore history for us. Love to hear the name Ron Hextall every once in a while. Reminds me we got Peter Forsberg. The puck falls through, deflected, grabbed by Clark, and he'll carry it back. 6:46 to go. Avs not necessarily looking to put another one on goal, just trying to keep themselves afloat, keep themselves balanced. No icings, just killing off this clock as fast as possible now. Keep the pressure on, force the Kings into some mistakes. Great job, though, by the Avs in this series. Really doing a good job keeping a team that does not score a lot off the scoreboard for sure. And then on top of that, you've got a good unit playing their best hockey right now, continuing to find ways to win. Puck trickles past everybody. Good job by Wedgwood to be there. Thrown off the boards as Wright makes the chase. Tough little cut down in front. Grabbed by Lawton. He's carried to the boards and then dropped. And they're calling a hand pass. Okay, I was worried there for a second. 5:53 to go. Oh, whoa, what's going on with the cameras? Oh, it went to commercial. Okay. 5:52 to go here. Thanks to everybody who's been in these streams so far. That really helps us develop more opportunities to grow this channel. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Tell people you kind of like or you don't know. Tell your crush. Let them know that we've got hockey for you here if you can't find a way to watch the games. I know I had to help my parents figure out how to watch the Nuggets game last night due to some contractual issues here in Colorado. So, again, I think I'd rather see Minnesota than Dallas just because of the history. I think it'd be kind of fun to have another Minnesota-Colorado playoff series. But I'll be curious to see what happens in that series, as long as they're both pretty, pretty beat up by the end of it. And if things keep going according to plan, we'll have a fully new matchup for the Stanley Cup for the first time in a while. It will not feature the Oilers or the Panthers. I don't know if you saw it last night, but Jamie Benn sold one of the worst high sticks I've ever seen in my life. Did you see the injury he got from the high stick that didn't hit his non-existent visor? It was beautiful. This is a kind of a sad shot here right now. They're zooming in on Anze Kopitar playing in his 106th career postseason game. Finishes his career with 89 points if they don't get another one from him tonight. One of the most class act players, in my opinion. I've always had a massive respect for Anze Kopitar, and I'm sad to see an era of hockey end that I got to see start. It's just a sign that I am getting old. So Kopitar, Kempe. Interesting. So they're going with a forward heavy group here. Is the net empty already? Because they've got 4 forwards out there, it looks like. Unless they moved. Yeah, because they've got Kempe, Kopitar. They're not on the power play, but they have 5 forwards out there? Interesting. Okay. Pass across, empty net, shot, score, and McKinnon in the empty net makes it 5-1. The empty net graphic wasn't up yet. That's how fast that goal went in. So McKinnon gets another Caulfield special. He's now got 57 power play goals, or 57 goals. That's 2, 4, 6, 8th most ever in NHL history through 100 postseason games. Yeah, Kopi's got a cup, though. Props to him for that. Shot blocked. 5-1 now in favor of the Avalanche. Clock trickling down to 5:18 to go here, and the icing on the Kings. Interesting that they pulled the goalie with 5 minutes to go, down 4-1, but yeah. Right, and I was trying to count all the bodies before the face-off went off, and because that's their power play unit mostly. So no defenseman. They changed it up in this game. Clark was running the power play, quarterbacking power play, trying to dump it through. Avs play it down low. 5:12 to go now. Dumoulin in the corner. Lawton has it now. Lawton and Waugh were teammates at one point this season, both of them playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck trickles all the way back, thrown forward, knocked down, deflected in front. Avs looking for more. 4:47 to go. Blankenburg, cross-ice shot. Oh, skimmer off the ice. Corralled by Kelly. Kelly throws it back. Blankenburg dumps it down low. And it's corralled by Turcotte. Turcotte will get to the red line, dump it forward, grabbed by Burns. He whiffed on it, oh no. And a save by Wedgwood. And who else but Hellenius? Trying to mix it up. Malott, Burns. Colton's like, what did I do? 24, it looks like he's sending him off. He's like, you're done. Yeah. He's calling it a day on Malott there. Trying to start something. Good job by the Avs, though. Great discipline in this series, I will say that. Part of the difference is about this team compared to teams of past. They're not the team taking the second one. Blankenberg doing a good job standing up. I love that Blankenberg is feisty. What a little gnat. What a little gnat. Love to see it. 4:24 left to go here. I think Blankenberg and Blackwood are buddies. I'm just sitting there talking the whole time. And delayed face-off. Face-off won by the Avs. Chomped high. Nichushkin poking at it. Rolling around here. Poked away. Moore tried to tip it. Looks like he might have deflected it up and over. Ref was banging on the boards about something. Wondering if maybe a fan got hurt. That puck getting deflected off into the crowd. It's been good to see Roscoe back. He hasn't done too much on the score sheet, but oh man, that's not fun. Yep, fan took a puck to the noodle. That's if he's a Kings fan, do you think that considered adding injury to insult? Quick set here, 4:06 left. Avs lose the faceoff. Clark has it. Chops it down to LaFerriere, up off the boards high. Combs across, off the glass and out. Lehkonen trying to make a play on it. Gets it up to Kadri. Kadri chased. Flips it towards the front of the net. Hit behind. Here comes Waugh again. Waugh chased by Clark. Shot by Kadri high off the boards and back. Kulak cross-ice pass. Shot saved by Forsberg into the netting, and that'll be a whistle. A keepsake you probably be good without for a game. Yeah, that's very, very true. That's why when I sit that close, I pay way too much attention. Speaking of which, shout out to the Summit crew last night. We had a ball girl right in front of us who was putting in legwork in the second half. She dominated. She had a nervous moment at the first point and then was like in it for the rest of the game because she was very, very busy in the final 20 minutes of that match. Face-off won by the Avs. Through traffic, deflected, save by Forsberg, and the Kings reset. Great job by the Avs going with the fourth line, kind of keeping key guys off the ice unless it's necessary. Makar out there right now. Byfield's shot gets kick saved by Wedgwood. 3:11 to go. Chopped forward and wide. Knocked down. Oh, good job by Drury. He didn't even know he did it. O'Connor being a pest, forcing the puck to Doughty in what could potentially be his final run in the NHL, but we'll see. It hasn't been as much news about it as the Kopitar situation, so maybe one more year for Drew Doughty and the Kings. And right down the line. 2:37 to go. Burns throws it towards the space and nothing there. Deflects up high. Yeah, the linesman was doing hard work. There was a lucky situation in the first half, though. San Diego had a player definitely offside, and he was about 10 yards behind the play. But he was hustling in the second half. He was ready. 2:33 to go. Puck rolls down. Avs can eat a few more seconds here just by passing back and forth. So the Avs will get their first sweep since 2022. They had one against Nashville. They had one against Edmonton. They will be, let's see here. So there'll be another President's Trophy winner that makes it out of the first round. Face-off won by the Kings. Long stretch pass. Misses LaFerriere, but he tipped it. Drury. Up through, looks like Nelson, maybe Kelly. Can't see the numbers from there. LaFerriere and Kopitar out there for his potential final shift. Throws the puck around. Blankenberg has it. Touched up, floated around. Here comes Drury. Nope. Poked down inside. LaFerriere lets it roll to the Avs. Minute 38 to go. Off the boards and corralled by the Kings. Edmondson from Clark. Waits, looks, gives it to, as Kopitar gets his salute coming off the ice. Moore has it to Panarin. Back to Moore. Shot saved by Wedgwood. Pushes it out. Clock stops at 1:16. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Good to see him out there one more time. Great captain. Superstar, in my opinion. Big fan of Anze Kopitar. Face-off one. Clock rolling here. So Kopitar was a 5-time All-Star, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, 2-time Selke winner, 3-time Lady Byng winner. Won the Marc Messier Leadership Trophy as well. And he's won a ton of awards. He was a leading scorer for the Kings for a majority of his career. From 2008 to 2023, he was the team's leading scorer. Holy smokes. 33 seconds left. Kobe to Kempe. Picked off. Avs just kind of walking it through here. Oh, what a chant. Thank you, Kobe. 12 seconds left. Oh, my gosh. Respect to Kings fans here. And the Avs have won it. Avs win the series in a sweep. Don't know why we didn't trust ourselves to think that a sweep was possible, but a great job by this entire unit from top to bottom. An unbelievable job by this Colorado Avalanche team. 5-1 win in Game 4. They get 5 goals. Absolutely. I know it's a sweep, but unbelievable job by the Avs to advance to round 2. The test really starts now. It's who's going to be the best of the top 3 coming out of this situation. Unbelievable night. Again, respect to Anze Kopitar. I'm curious to see who's going to get the C in LA come next year. They got a lot of young talent on this team. They're going to be a fun team to watch in the next couple of years to see what happens. Don't know if DJ Smith sticks around, if they can find somebody better. I know Bruce Cassidy's out there as an option. But an unbelievable job by Scott Wedgwood. Great job by the Avalanche lineup. Again, Avs win 5-1 and sweep the Kings in 4. On to the next one. You guys won't see me for a while as the other series have to wrap up before we come back for round 2. And I may be in a completely different location depending on what happens and when the game is. With that being said, for Sean, for Alex, I am Michael LeBlanc. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Avs win 5-1. Finish the series 4-0. And until next time, okay, I love you. Bye.